Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our psychology commencement. I'm Joanne Davila, the chair of the psychology department, and I'm so happy to be here on this very special day. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that for so many people, this is a very stressful time in our world. I wish it wasn't, but what it points out very clearly, at least to me, is that the knowledge and skills that one learns as a psychology major are needed now more than ever. Knowledge and skills that can help us understand the complexities of difficult situations, that can help us cope in difficult times, and that can help us provide empathy and comfort to those who are struggling. Graduates, your psychology degree is very valuable, perhaps more than you ever anticipated. Although these are hard and upsetting times, I also want to mention something that's better in the world right now. I suspect that for many of you, this is the first in-person graduation you're having. Four years ago, when you graduated high school, it was the pandemic, and there were no graduations. Fortunately, we've made it past that, and here you are now, graduating from Stony Brook University in person. So, on that note, let's begin the ceremony. I'll hand things over to Professor Ann Moyer, our undergraduate director, and she'll lead us through the commencement program.
Welcome to the 64th annual commencement of the Department of Psychology at Stony Brook University. I'm Ann Moyer, Director of Undergraduate Studies and Professor of Psychology. Let me begin by congratulating the students. You've worked extraordinarily hard to get here, and you should be very proud of your accomplishments. I also want to congratulate all the family and friends who are here today. You've provided enormous support and wisdom to help the students arrive at this commencement day. It's fitting to have a great sense of pride in their accomplishments. I'm joined on stage today by distinguished faculty of the psychology department who are also here to show their support and congratulate the students. The wonderful staff in the undergraduate office who work closely and tirelessly with students throughout the year are also here to celebrate commencement day. Diane DeSimone, our undergraduate program coordinator, our academic advisors, Sarah Nakviside and Danielle Percoco, and their dedicated team of student interns, Christopher Camposa, Farhan Noor, Greer Adams, who are all graduating today, and award-winning intern of the year, Isabella Marino, who will be continuing at Stony Brook. I also want to send out a note of acknowledgement to Ms. Cindy Foreman, who's been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure this ceremony goes without a hitch. This year, we will be conferring degrees on over 400 graduate and undergraduate students in psychology. We will also be recognizing academic honors. And so we will begin by honoring this year's valedictorians. The title of valedictorian is given to the graduates of the Department of Psychology of the 2-degree programs based upon GPA and involvement in research. I now present to you the valedictorians of the class of 2024. I ask them to come on stage to receive their certificate as I call their names. For the BA degree, our valedictorian is Jason Corrales. Jason is from Kings Park, New York, and graduated from Kings Park High School in 2020. During his time as an undergraduate at Stony Brook University, he has been a research assistant at 3 labs where he has learned about psychopathology through a developmental and emotional processing framework. Under the mentorship of Dr. Klein and Dr. Katz, he completed his honors project, which looks at the relationship between early childhood temperament and psychological diagnoses during middle and late adolescence. On the weekends, he volunteers as a crisis counselor to promote better outcomes for those in distress. Before pursuing a PhD in clinical psychology, Jason plans to further develop and diversify his research experience. Congratulations. For the BS degree, our valedictorian is Ayush Narula. Ayush is from Edison, New Jersey, and graduated from John P. Stevens High School. As an undergraduate at Stony Brook University, Ayush has been the president of the Neuroscience Axis, head teaching assistant for Bio 315 microbiology, the writing consultant for Sci 310, a student in the psychology honors program, a live-in member and field training officer at Port Jefferson EMS, and a student in the University Scholars Honors Program. Ayush has been a research assistant in Dr. Alice Power's lab for 4 years, where he has researched the role of adult neurogenesis in learning and memory. Ayush will be working in research and EMS full-time while applying to medical school this summer. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ayush. To help in the ceremonies today, the faculty have selected student leaders to be presenters. These are students who have not only excelled academically, but also made outstanding contributions to the research, teaching, and service efforts of our department. These students exemplify the ideals of a psychology student and illustrate the fine qualities of our graduating class as a whole. Our first student presenter is Nicole Diakos, who will introduce you to Psy-Chi. Please join me on stage. Nicole Diakos is from Queens, New York. She's graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Spanish Language and Literature. She is the current president of Psy-Chi Honor Society. During her time at Stony Brook, Nicole has been involved in several activities and organizations. She's been a lead research assistant in the Social Neuroaffective Predictors of Psychopathology lab under Dr. Benjamin Katz, studying brain activity in individuals suffering with anxiety and depression. Nicole also served as an undergraduate teaching assistant for Sci 333, mood disorders. For some time, she also volunteered for the crisis text line, where she offered support to texters in need. During her last semester as an undergraduate student at Stony Brook, she had served as one of the outreach and engagement chairs on the Wolfie-thon Committee, an organization dedicated to supporting children with cancer. During her time at Stony Brook, she was committed to getting involved on campus and feeling part of the community. Nicole will be pursuing her master's degree in human resource management at Stony Brook University's School of Professional Development.
Hi, everyone. Psy-Chi, the International Honor Society in Psychology, acknowledges the accomplishments of students who have worked persistently to contribute to the field. as well as fulfill the membership requirements of the largest and most prestigious organization, psychology-related organization in the world. The objective of PsyChi is to recognize academic excellence as well as to further the science of psychology. Our PsyChi chapter strives to support our fellow students' advancement within the psychology major. This year, we arranged various workshops, providing information to students about different graduate programs and career paths available to them after undergraduate study. We also held several events in which students were able to network with other students and faculty within the field. Additionally, we hosted a research fair with other psychology organizations, such as Psychology Student Alliance and Neuroscience Axis, to advocate for different research opportunities that students can get involved with. One of my goals as president of PsyChi was to expand our campus presence and work with organizations that we had not worked with before, and we were able to accomplish this with our involvement in Wolfethon. As an honor society, we were dedicated to assisting with fundraising for children diagnosed with cancer and helping them with their battle. Lastly, we were able to organize a schedule of presentations for the annual Eureka Conference, an event in which undergraduates have the opportunity to present the research that they have been working on. We are positive that the next executive board will continue the legacy of PsyChi and continue advancing the purpose of our honor society. PsyChi would like to express our deepest gratitude to our department's faculty and staff who have continually supported us. I would also like to indicate appreciation for our faculty advisor, Dr. Brady Nelson. I would also like to recognize the other executive board members who have served PsyChi. Our Vice President, Isabella Espinosa, our Secretary, Fiona Lamb, our Treasurer, Elizabeth Ferry, our Event Coordinator, Jenna Huang, our Membership Coordinator, Mayarini Salea, our Public Relations Coordinator, Jamie Ferrantino, our former Public Relations Coordinator, Joanna Dudley, and our former President, Julia Sosha. These students were an essential part of our PsyChi board, and I admire every one of them for their motivation and dedication to ensuring a prosperous year. I am grateful that I've had the opportunity to meet all of them, and we look forward to seeing what our upcoming president, Isabella Espinosa, will accomplish with the next executive board. I would also like to convey appreciation on behalf of PsyChi and our peers to the professors and faculty to whom we have had the privilege to learn from. They have welcomed us with open arms to the field of psychology that inspires us all. We cherish your guidance, counsel, and appreciation. On behalf of PsyChi, I congratulate all of our fellow psychology majors on their success today and wish them well on all of their future endeavors. Thank you.
Allow me to introduce our next student presenter, Chris Zhang, who will represent the Psychology Student Alliance. Chris, please join me on stage. Chris is from Rochester, New York, and is the representative for the Psychology Student Alliance this year. She's graduating from Stony Brook with a BS degree in psychology and a BA in chemistry. Throughout her time at Stony Brook, Chris has been a resident assistant for 3 years at Wagner Hall, an intern at Center for Prevention and Outreach, and a fellow for the University Scholars Program. She's been a research assistant in Dr. Jessica Schleider's lab for the Scalable Mental Health and in the Ojima lab for medical chemistry. Chris has also served as a teaching assistant for organic chemistry. After graduation, Chris will be working during her gap years before applying to medical school. Chris will now speak on behalf of the Psychology Student Alliance.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Dr. Moyer. My name is Chris, and this year I'm the representative of the Psychology Student Alliance. The Psychology Student Alliance, PSA, is a student organization that functions through their mission statement of building research, advocacy, diversity, and networking. PSA's goal is to serve our members with a collaborative environment where members can make friends with people with similar interests and share their knowledge with the greater campus community. PSA devotes itself in providing opportunities for our members to follow their interests related to psychology. The organization is funded by the undergraduate student government and is open to all of members of Stony Brook community, regardless of one's major. PSA aims to go beyond the conceptual knowledge or practical experience that we've gained from courses, internship, and research. We emphasize the importance of empathy, equality, compassion, and understanding in our work through interpersonal connections. With our deep insights into the human mind, we have a unique chance and the responsibility to make a positive impact on people's lives. Regardless of the career path we choose with our degrees, I encourage you to use your expertise to assist those in need, advocate for mental health awareness and support, and champion equality for everyone. This year, PSA emphasized the needs of the general members. For the first time at Stony Brook, this November, the e-board put together one of the biggest psychology research fairs hosted at Stony Brook. PSA's research fair reached a total attendance of over 200 undergraduate students, with 7 recruiting research labs present. Previously, students interested in psychology research have not had the opportunity to network with research labs on campus. And PSA aimed to solve this issue to provide students with resources and knowledge to develop in their undergraduate careers. PSA has managed to reach different levels of advocacy as they recently held a neurodegenerative disease awareness event, where members made educational posters to promote overall awareness to Stony Brook students. PSA worked against college burnout, emphasizing sleep in their Psychology of Sleep event, gathering 67 students at their largest GBM to date. They even took a step past the surface, providing headshots to students in stride with a professional development workshop. As the culmination of PSA's event this year, the year ended with the annual Psychology Gala to celebrate such a successful year. This year, PSA focused the event on healthy relationship awareness, and I am impressed to say that they reached over 120 students on this important topic. It could not have been possible with the help of our wonderful guest speakers from Stony Brook, Dr. Daniel O'Leary and Jenna Stimmel. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our faculty advisor, Dr. Stacy Scott, whose advice and guidance have made the club the accomplishment it is today. I would also like to thank the PSA e-board for making this year such a successful one. Congratulations to all of our psychology graduates this year. You should all be incredibly proud of yourselves. I wish you all the best moving forward, and I'm excited to see all the things you accomplish.
Our next student presenter is Ayush Narula, who will describe our undergraduate organization, Neuroscience Axis. In addition to being our BS valedictorian, he is currently the president of Neuroscience Axis.
Good afternoon, graduates and esteemed guests. First of all, I would just like to extend my congratulations to everyone on graduating today. Today, we gather to celebrate a milestone that marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Graduation is not merely a ceremony. It is a testament to our growth, our achievements, and our potential to shape the future. My name is Ayush Narula, and I am the valedictorian for psychology this year and have been the Neuroscience Axis president for the last 2 years. The Neuroscience Axis is an undergraduate organization founded on an ambition to foster interactions between students and professors from all disciplines in the field of neuroscience. From this collaborative core, we have built a network within the campus community that extends the opportunity for extracurricular activities, specifically to undergraduates looking for academic and professional advancement. This year, we held general body meetings ranging from professional development panels designed to help students explore various areas of neuroscience to educational presentations from faculty. Our larger events included a research seminar, which was to inform and encourage students to participate in scientific research projects on campus. We also organized a medical school and graduate school panel, where we invited multiple medical students and graduate students to speak about their experiences outside of undergrad. The Neuroscience Axis also participates in educational outreach to local high school and middle school students through the Brain Awareness Week initiative with support from the Dana Foundation. We are very fortunate to have a very dedicated faculty advisor. Thank you, Dr. Brenda Anderson, for your guidance and your support. This year, we have had unprecedented numbers in attendance. We had over 200 students attend our undergraduate psychology research fair, and an average of over 40 students attend each general body meeting. I would like to thank everyone who attended our meetings and participated in our events, and I would like to congratulate everyone on this immense accomplishment of graduating. As we stand on the brink of a new chapter in our lives, it's important to reflect on the journey that brought us here. We have been supported by our families, guided by our teachers, and uplifted by our friends. To our families, thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement. To our teachers, thank you for your wisdom, patience, and dedication to our success. To our friends, thank you for being our companions in both joyous and challenging times. Graduation is not an end, but a beginning. It is the start of a journey filled with endless possibilities. We may face uncertainties and challenges, but let us embrace them with courage and optimism. Let us remain curious, continue learning, and strive to be the best version of ourselves. In conclusion, I encourage each of you to chase your dreams with unwavering determination and passion. Have faith in your abilities and never underestimate the profound impact you can make on the world. Congratulations once again, Class 2024. Here's to our future and the extraordinary journey that awaits us.
We now turn to honoring outstanding students who are the recipients of special awards. The Bert Stangerone Endowed Scholarship recognizes a psychology major who has demonstrated particular potential and promise. This year, we have 3 winners: Sabrina Lujanovic, Elia Lewis, and Kimberly Sandoval. Sabrina, please come and receive your award on stage. Sabrina is from Brooklyn and graduated from Millennium Brooklyn High School. She's currently an undergraduate psychology student at Stony Brook while also interning for Buddy for Psych, a company dedicated to providing mental health resources to college students globally. Sabrina is employed as an accounting assistant within the University Student Government Office, where she skillfully manages fiscal responsibilities. Her passion for working with children in educational and developmental settings extends into the summer months, where she works as a daycare assistant. Looking to the future, Sabrina is eagerly anticipating her graduation from Stony Brook in 2025. She intends to further her education by pursuing a PsyD in clinical psychology, underscoring her commitment to advancing her expertise and contributing meaningfully to the field. Elia Lewis, please come and receive your award. Aaliyah is from Brooklyn, New York, and graduated from Hillside Arts and Letters High School. As a psychology major, she is currently working to become a research assistant, exploring various subtopics with a focus on clinical work. On campus, she has played a leading role in her classes, especially in her Japanese studies, and has recently taken that on as a minor in her degree. In her future years, she will go on to study abroad in Japan and continue to learn the Japanese language, as well as immerse herself in the culture. Aaliyah is looking forward to graduating from Stony Brook in May of 2027 and continuing her education to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology. Our third winner of the Stangarone Award, Kimberly Sandoval, could not attend today's ceremony, unfortunately. Kimberly is a first-generation college student from Westchester County. She currently serves as a research assistant in the psychology department for Richard Garrigg's psycholinguistics lab. Her work focuses on investigating cross-cultural differences in the content of autobiographical memories, with a particular emphasis on Latino populations, reflecting her own Guatemalan heritage. Beyond her academic pursuits, she demonstrates leadership on campus through her roles as a resident assistant, food pantry volunteer, and Stony Brook University Hospital volunteer. Passionate about healthcare and dedicated to advocating for underprivileged communities, excuse me, Kimberly eagerly looks forward to furthering her education in this field. Our next award is the John W. Perry Endowed Scholarship, which was established by his family in his memory after he was killed in the attacks of the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. Mr. Perry earned his BA in psychology here in 1985 and was honored by Stony Brook with a Distinguished Alumni Award for Excellence. The recipient of the John W. Perry Endowed Scholarship is Katie Hsu. Katie, please come to receive your award on stage. Katie is from Queens, New York, and graduated from Townsend Harris High School. She's currently a valued research assistant in my lab here at Stony Brook University. On campus, she has played a leadership role as an active member of various organizations, including volunteering as an EMTB and serving as the secretary for the Stony Brook Volunteer Ambulance Corps, organizing programs as an event coordinator for the Taiwanese Students Association, and guiding international students as an international peer mentor at the Office of Global Affairs. Katie is looking forward to graduating from Stony Brook next spring. You've now learned about some of the students the faculty has chosen for special You've now learned about some of the students the faculty has chosen for special recognition. The time has come to meet a faculty member the students have chosen for special recognition. Graduating seniors have voted on the faculty member who has inspired them the most. This is a highly sought-after award among the faculty, so we have kept it a secret until now. And the winner is Dr. Joy Bolger. Congratulations, Dr. Bolger. We'd now like to welcome our commencement speaker. The chair of the psychology department, Dr. Joanne Davila, will introduce the speaker to you.
I'm very happy to have the pleasure of introducing today's commencement speaker, Dr. John Pachankis. Dr. Pachankis is the Susan Dwight Bliss Professor of Public Health, Psychiatry, and Psychology at Yale University. He's the founding director of Yale's LGBTQ Mental Health Initiative, which is the U.S.'s leading academic center devoted to the scientific study of LGBTQ people's mental health. Dr. Pachankis is a proud Stony Brook alum. He received his PhD in clinical psychology from Stony Brook in 2008 under the mentorship of Dr. Marvin Goldfried, where he began his studies on minority stress and mental health among LGBTQ individuals. During his time at Stony Brook, he received numerous awards and honors from Stony Brook University, the American Psychological Association, and the Point Foundation. He then completed his clinical internship through the Harvard Medical School at McLean Hospital. Since that time, Dr. Pachankis has had an incredible career. He's published over 200 scientific papers in the fields of clinical psychology, psychiatric epidemiology, and public health. And he has been the principal investigator on grants from the National Institutes of Health totaling $25 million. His research has identified biopsychosocial mechanisms underlying LGBTQ people's disproportionate risk of mental health problems. He's developed treatments to address these mechanisms and studied the implementation of these treatments in community settings across the US and abroad. As recognition of the importance of his work, he's received numerous awards from national organizations, has influenced policy, and has been cited in international news outlets. Dr. Pachankis is also a highly sought-out scholar by people both inside and outside of psychology. For example, in 2023, he was a Fulbright Fellow in the Department of Clinical Neuroscience at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. And in 2024, he was a visiting professor at the UCLA School of Law. Dr. Pachankis has clearly made his mark as one of the most prominent and influential scholars in LGBTQ health. And having known Dr. Pachankis and worked with him in a host of capacities since he was a graduate student here, I can also say that he's an incredibly humble, generous, and kind, and just all-around wonderful person. We're so happy to have Dr. Pachankis here today, so please join me in welcoming him.
Thank you, Dr. Davila, Dr. Moyer, all the faculty here today, and congratulations to graduates, your families, and your loved ones. It's an honor to be back here at Stony Brook. The best fortune of my career, indeed, was being accepted to Stony Brook's clinical psychology program, known for its scientific innovation and rigor, and recognized as one of the best in the US. Thank you for the invitation to return to the place where I grew the most as a psychologist, a scientist, and in many ways, a person. Our world is at a critical juncture, and the problems we face are serious. As psychology graduates, you're in an unparalleled position to help us find our way out of our trials and enhance our joy. But why are psychology majors so well positioned to solve today's most important challenges? Some might say that computer science, engineering, or physics students might be the best position to tackle the difficult problems. And those disciplines have created miraculous technologies. But we now also have a reality in which plastics fill our beaches, chemicals fill our bodies, and computer algorithms occupy our minds until we feel worthless enough to buy stuff we don't need. Through technology, we now control every corner of Earth, while at the same time, it all feels completely out of our control. Not only have we dominated nature, but we can sometimes seem a little too intent on dominating each other. Psychology majors can use their unique skills to solve this problem by adjusting human behavior at scale, ensuring that technologies benefit rather than hinder humanity. Psychology majors are the ones who can model the sheer complexity of human behavior. If you can model the sheer complexity of human behavior like psychologists can, some of you might do well on Wall Street. But for those of you who choose an even harder path, you realize that psychology majors unlock the sources of our thoughts, our emotions, our dreams, the very things that make us human. You studied how the brain and body communicate to determine how we feel each day, how our emotions interact with our environments to cause disease, and even determine how long we live. As psychology majors, you learn the deep evolutionary drives we have to form social connections and divisions, and how to bring the world's societies closer to shared harmony and further from mutual self-destruction. Psychologists also heal individuals by helping them find lives worth living, metabolizing their pain, and guiding them with elegant theories and rigorous science. Please remember these skills and this wisdom into your future career. People will ask you why you studied psychology. And maybe there's the answer you'll share, and then the real reason. The answer that I often share is what I just told you, that psychology is a perfect melding of philosophy with science, with great potential to solve the world's problems. And that is psychology's promise. But the real reason I became a psychologist was to be normal. See, severe mental illness runs in my family. I have relatives who have spent their lives in institutions. And mental illness is something we're taught to be ashamed and afraid of, losing contact with reality, not being able to think logically, behaving erratically, thinking that one has special powers. We know these things to be signs of trouble, and they are scary. They remind us each of our own fragility. When I had a panic attack at age 14, I thought that that was the beginning of the end, that I would also end up institutionalized, banished from love and joy and acceptance forever. And as luck would have it, I was just a highly anxious child, like most future psychology professors, including, I promise you, many of those here on stage with me today. But without much formal mental health support, I sublimated my fears by reading everything I could about mental illness. Before long, I was a psychology major, like you, and then even had a PhD in clinical psychology. But it took me much longer to realize the two lessons I want to share with you today. One, the path to normal is not what we think it is. And two, what passes for normal in our society does not make it right. The first lesson is easy, and it's this. The path to being normal is to simply embrace the people who treat you like you're normal, just the way you are. Choosing who we surround ourselves with is the most control that any of us get to have in our lives. So choose wisely. And all that's asked in return is that you give thanks to those people who accept you for who you are, saying thank you to them and keeping them close. Maybe this means giving thanks to the mother who went back to school and worked overtime to ensure your life would be better than hers, or the grandfather who made you solve his homemade math problems as a way of passing along his curious, persistent mind onto you. Maybe this is the grandmother who reached beyond the comfort of her own generation to embrace your coming out as gay, the grade school teachers who loved teaching you, or the professors at this university who invested in teaching and science to uphold our society's promise of ever upward. Indeed, Stony Brook University is one of the strongest drivers of social mobility in the United States. Stony Brook's commitment to social mobility is evidenced in my own life journey, which began in a trailer park in North Louisiana and kept me in New York as a professor at Yale, thanks to the support of my education and teachers here. Of course, these are my positive influences, the ones that I owe thanks to, and the time has come at this milestone for you to make sure you know the positive influences on your life and to give them thanks. Literally, tell them thank you, today if possible. The return on that is that you'll embody those people, internalize their positive influence, and become more like them. So yes, the reason I studied psychology was to ensure that I would be normal. But normal came from surrounding myself with people who believed that I was good just the way I was. But why would one strive to be normal in the first place? As psychology majors, people probably ask you, if they don't, they will, are you diagnosing me? Don't get me wrong, through your studies, you gained extensive knowledge about abnormal human behavior, making you highly proficient in labeling various pathologies. But the thing is that people aren't usually the problem. Throughout my career, I've learned that the systems that lead people to behave against their own interest are often the sickest patient. The systems that govern us today are indeed sick. You could certainly choose to tell a story that pathologizes the nearly 1 in 5 people in the US with a substance use problem, the nearly 2 million people in the US who faced suicide last year, or the 1 in 10 people who struggle to make ends meet. And plenty of people do diagnose those people as the problem. But numbers that high must also include some of you and your loved ones, as they also include people dear to me. As psychology students, you now have the responsibility to diagnose the true pathology, the systems that created the situation. The system includes companies who are allowed to put profit before people, a society in which, despite being the richest on earth, the average person with a severe mental illness is either homeless or in jail. In our society, the top 1% of Americans hold more wealth than the entire middle class combined, causing inevitable feelings of exclusion and alienation. While individuals certainly have agency in their choices, a healthy society should not require or allow certain choices to be made. The sickest patient here is not any individual, but rather the system. So the next time someone asks you, "Are you diagnosing me?" I hope you're lucky enough to find yourself in a place where you can say that you're too busy diagnosing and fixing the actual pathologies. Speaking of fixing these problems, the good news is that these systems can be changed, because although they might seem way too big to be solved, the truth is that the systems are just us, you and me. We humans created them, which means that we can also change them. And the first step to changing them involves something else that psychology teaches us: knowing and trusting your emotions. Trust that feeling in your body that tells you that beaches filled with plastics and bodies filled with drugs are in fact sad. That a prison industrial complex is in fact sickening. That leaders who move themselves up by keeping us down are in fact infuriating. Listen for those emotions inside of you: the sinking, queasy feeling, the volcano surging up, the envy, the panic, the longing. Listen for those cues in your body and sit with them, and thank nature for giving you that signal that something's wrong. Our current system too often teaches us that feeling bad means something is wrong with us. So we try to escape bad feelings, scrolling, swiping, shopping, numbing, to remind ourselves that we have enough, that we are enough, that we won't be canceled. But these emotions are actually signals that something is wrong, not with you, but with the systems you're in. Emotions are our cues to changing those systems. They tell us to pause for a second to imagine the better world, the higher road, the generous response, the gratitude and integrity inside of us, and then use those emotions to create the better world. There's one other emotion worth listening to, perhaps the most important. Throughout your life, you will have moments of feeling great joy that I hope you all do today. Please hold on to that joy if it's the most precious thing in the world. Stop everything else and embrace it. Because not every day is filled with joy, but some are. And that joy will be the fuel for the hard work ahead. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you for choosing to study one of the best disciplines at one of the best departments in the country. Going forward, don't be normal, don't even come close, but please use your humanity and your heart to make the world resemble the one we need. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pachankis, for those inspiring words. We've now reached the part of the program for which you are all here, awarding the graduation certificates. We will begin with the students graduating from the master's degree program. We're pleased to ask Professor Kristen Bernard to introduce the master's students.
The Department of Psychology at Stony Brook offers a one-year master's program. Each year, we have a large number of applicants, and only about 10% of applicants are admitted. This is a very elite group. And they need to be, since the demands they face are extraordinary. They take courses with our PhD students where they're held to the highest standards of excellence in their scholarship. Beyond that, they spend the year immersed in a research lab, working with a faculty member in clinical psychology, social and health psychology, cognitive science, or integrative neuroscience. Their responsibilities in the lab are the same as those of a PhD student. And many completed their own independent thesis-worthy project within the scope of a year. Many also completed an intensive internship in one of our clinical or advising-oriented centers on campus, where they learned assessment techniques, conducted screenings, participated in team training meetings, led group sessions, taught and mentored undergraduate students. Several of our master's students in the space of this one short year presented their work at conferences and submitted papers to scholarly journals. Some are now off to other prestigious advanced graduate programs in their specific field or full-time research positions. And all leave the program well-equipped for whatever is next for them. Our master's program is relatively young, and this elite group has helped define its standards of excellence. We've loved having you as part of our community over the past year. We couldn't be more proud to call you graduates of the Stony Brook University Master's Program in Psychology. Congratulations. Our master's graduates in attendance are Oluwambume Ajay, advised by Dr. Brady Nelson. He conducted research on developing a psychometrically validated self-report measure of the negative valence system. Under the supervision of Dr. Aprajita Mohante, AJ collaborated on a study examining the influence of emotion on moral decision-making, which he is currently involved in writing for publication. Upon graduation, AJ will serve as a research coordinator at Treadway Lab and plans to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology. Liz Aubin was advised by Dr. Brianna Last in the Mental Health Care for All Lab, where she will continue to work this year conducting research on the negative effects of anti-LGBTQ+ policy on mental health. Additionally, Liz worked at the Mind Body Clinical Research Center under Dr. Britton Mahaffey, co-facilitating dialectical behavior therapy. She also worked in case management, providing Stony Brook Hospital psychiatric patients with mental health care. In the future, she will be pursuing a PhD in clinical psychology. Monique Bello, advised by Dr. Kristen Bernard, me, contributed to research in the Developmental Stress and Prevention Lab on parent-child relationships, attachment-based intervention, and foster-parent commitment. Additionally, Monique completed a clinical internship at the Krasner Psychological Center, coordinating client intake screenings and conducting risk assessments and safety planning. Monique also served as a graduate-level teaching assistant for Introduction to Psychology and the Psychology of Childhood Maltreatment. Post-graduation, Monique will attend Nova Southeastern University to pursue a PsyD in clinical psychology. Inaya Bibi Burton-Gruberg, advised by Dr. Benjamin Warwick, conducted a meta-analysis surveying the prevalence of infidelity in the US. As an intern at the Krasner Psychological Center, Bibi completed advanced training in psychological assessment administration and supported patient engagement in evidence-based care. Preceding graduation, Bibi plans to work as a research assistant. Bibi has future plans to pursue her PhD in clinical psychology. David Fernandez, advised by Dr. Catherine Jonas, conducted research focusing on the aging of participants with schizophrenia. In addition, David worked with Stony Brook's neuropsychology department, conducting cognitive testing on patients of all ages. David presented a poster on cortical basal degeneration at the National Academy of Neuropsychology's annual conference and co-authored 2 posters to be presented at the Society for Research in Psychopathology's annual conference later this year. David plans to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology with a neuropsychology focus. Alexis Kozlovsky, advised by Dr. Scott Moeller, conducted neuroimaging research investigating the neural, endocrine, and behavioral markers of psychosocial stress, predicting drug use outcomes in opioid use disorder, as well as the neurocircuitry of clinical insight predicting relapse outcomes in opioid addiction. She will continue working as a full-time research coordinator in the Multimodal Translational Imaging Lab. She intends to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology, researching psilocybin treatment protocols for opioid use disorder. Taylor McKnight, advised by Dr. Benjamin Warwick, conducted a meta-analysis on the prevalence of infidelity. Additionally, Taylor collaborated on a study assessing siblings of children with autism spectrum disorder. Taylor also completed a clinical internship at the Krasner Psychological Center, where she directly conducted psychological assessment and crisis management. Concurrently, she worked at Mather Hospital as a behavioral health assistant on a psychiatric unit. Upon graduation, Taylor will continue with her employment at Mather and intends to pursue an MA-JD program in forensic psychology. Tariq Tai Mohammed, advised by Dr. Anthony Anzalone, helped create the PATH group, promoting parent-child education towards a healthier relationship with screen usage. As an intern at the Krasner Psychological Center, Tai completed advanced training in psychological assessment administration, worked actively with clinic clientele, and was involved in the recruitment and observation of multiple psychotherapy groups. Also, he served as a graduate teaching assistant for survey in abnormal and clinical psychology. Preceding graduation, Tai plans on pursuing a PhD in clinical psychology. Kayla Rust, advised by Dr. Joanne Davila, worked as a graduate research assistant in the Relationship Development Center, where she conducted research on romantic relationships and assisted in recruitment efforts for an ongoing study. She also worked on a systematic review examining the link between sex and depression within adolescent girls. Following graduation, she will continue working in the Relationship Development Center and hopes to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology in the future. Dennis Tan, advised by Dr. Aprajita Mohanty, conducted research in computational psychiatry by using reinforcement learning and drift diffusion modeling to analyze threat-related perceptual decision-making in anxious populations. Under the supervision of Dr. Brady Nelson, he also researched how resting state EEG microstates were affected by dimensional measures of psychopathology in diverse community samples. After graduation, Dennis plans to return to software engineering and may pursue a PhD in the future. Alyssa Usick, advised by Dr. Brady Nelson, sharpened her research skills in the development of a psychometrically validated self-report measure targeting the negative valence system. She also worked at the Developmental Disabilities Institute, improving therapeutic services for children with autism spectrum disorders. As she moves forward, Alyssa aims to specialize in behavioral analysis, aspiring to refine techniques that improve behavioral outcomes in clinical settings. Congratulations.
Next, we will introduce the undergraduate students graduating from the honors program. Devi Chowdhury will introduce the honors program in psychology to you. Devi is a first-generation college student from Long Island, New York. During her undergraduate career at Stony Brook University, she has taken on various leadership roles. She's worked with nonprofit organizations such as Camp Kesem and Project Sunshine, which she is the president of. Treasurer for the American Medical Women's Association, has been a medical scribe at Stony Brook Orthopedics, an orientation leader with new student programs, a service and community outreach intern at the Career Center, a teaching assistant for research methods in health science, research assistant at the World Trade Center Monitoring Program, as well as a member of the Asian American Pacific Islander Mentorship Network and Diversity Professional Leadership Network Mentorship Program.
Thank you for the introduction. My name's Devi. The psychology department began the honors program to allow high-achieving students to experience academic research firsthand. For each graduating class, a small group of students has the opportunity to conduct original research in a wide variety of areas. In each case, the research accumulated with either the authoring of a journal-style academic paper or the poster presented to the university. The projects represent a major commitment of time and energy on the part of the students and their advisors. The honors students meet with their advisors for 2 semesters discussing research, learning problem-solving skills, and analytical skills as they build their independent projects. It is a joy for me to announce that my cohort and I have successfully completed the objectives of the psychology honors program, and in the process have developed indispensable research and critical thinking skills that will impact us for the rest of our careers. It has been an honor to be a member of this program, and I know I speak for all the students when I say that this experience has been incredibly rewarding. I want to thank all the faculty members who mentored us. All of us truly appreciate the time and effort you invested in mentoring us. The wisdom you have imparted in us is invaluable. Thank you. We are pleased to have Professor Ann Moyer introduce the honors students and Professor Joanne Davila, Chair of Psychology, present graduate certificates.
While you're still on stage, Devi, we'll introduce you because you're first alphabetically. So Devi Chowdhury, mentored by Dr. Sean Clouston, carried out an independent project entitled Correlation Between Neuropsychological and Physiological Changes in Essential Workers with Post-Acute Sequelae of COVID-19. After graduation, Devi is working full-time in a clinical research setting to gain more experience within the medical field. She will also be serving as a Peace Corps volunteer in Costa Rica before applying to medical school. Devi hopes to become a physician and to pursue public health research in the future. Congratulations. Nicole Fernandez, mentored by Dr. Brady Nelson, carried out an independent project entitled Pathological Personality Dimensions Mediate the Relationship Between Autism Symptoms and the REWP. And in late-breaking news, we've just learned that Nicole has been accepted to a master's program here at Stony Brook in physiology and biophysics. Congratulations. Yingxun Jenna Huang, mentored by Dr. Stephanie Brown, carried out an independent project entitled Differences in Oxytocin Response to Helping as a Function of Cultural Orientation and Helping Target. Jenna will be pursuing a PhD in experimental psychology at Oklahoma State University starting this August. Laura Infante, mentored by Dr. Brady Nelson, carried out an independent project entitled Childhood Neuroticism Predicts Neurobiological Sensitivity to Unpredictable Threat Across Adolescence. Laura will be pursuing a master's in biomedical sciences and applying to medical school. Jason Corrales, mentored by Dr. Daniel Klein and Dr. Benjamin Katz, carried out an independent project entitled Assessing Differential Developmental Pathways of Behavioral Inhibition in Middle to Late Adolescence. Jason will be maximizing his research experience and further developing his interests before applying to PhD programs in clinical psychology. Ayush Narula, mentored by Dr. Alice Powers, carried out an independent project entitled Novelty Discrimination in Adult Painted Turtles, Chrysemis picta. Ayush will be working full-time in EMS and research and will be applying to medical school. Lyrica Rodriguez, mentored by Dr. Hoi Chung Leung, carried out an independent project entitled The Effects of Dopamine Replacement Therapy on Visual Spatial Working Memory in Parkinson's Disease. Lyrica will be gaining as much clinical experience as possible and applying to medical school. Mayarini Celia, mentored by Dr. Sean Clouston, carried out an independent project entitled The Relationship Between the COVID-19 Lockdown, PTSD, and Cognition. Maya will be working as an assistant manager at Kids Strong and as a behavior technician at New York Therapy Placement Services and will apply to master's program next year. Katie Zheng, mentored by Dr. Nick Eaton, carried out an independent project entitled The Shared and Unique Effects of Structural Stigma and Interpersonal Discrimination on Internalized Stigma and Self-Hate, a Commonality Analysis. Katie will be volunteering as an EMT while continuing her studies in human-computer interaction and graphic design. We'll now acknowledge the accomplishments of all those graduating today with the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Psychology by awarding their graduation certificates. I'll do my best to pronounce all of our graduates' names correctly, and while I strive for protection, please forgive me if I don't get them all quite right. Our first graduate is Nicole Diakos. Chris Zhang. Elizabeth Alvarenga. Gianna Biondi. Zachary Gerhardt Furrer. Eric Chook. Haley Ling. David Maitre. Felix Parisi. Root Rodriguez. Sharisha Bumik. Harima Newton. Michelle Okea Huiga. Danielle McLatt. Isabella Evans. Tamara Washington. Tiana Arguela. Isabel Empedrado. Nicholas Ryan Mitra. Valerie Moran. Eric Intriago. Erica Guadames. Kathleen Cardenas. Manur Asen. Daisy Ramos Hernandez. Emmeline Perea Garcia. Malar Parve Muthukumaran. Leslie Cruz. Carly Oliver. Jessica Capolino. Gabriela Pandolfini. Elizabeth Capatanova. Calcedonia Condrill. Echo Lee. Jessica Panzarino. Megan Rowlinson. Sarah Choi. Catherine Lane Pereno. Nikki Fiorentino. Michaela L. Griffith. Courtney Case. Alexandra Huvener. Kayla Hans. Sandra Apia Usu. Meghna Vasaraju. Vignesh Subramanian. Ryan Ayub. Tina Zhang. Tiffany Rong. J2 Rachel Liao. Thomas Homan. Molly Daly. Allison Lynn. Emma Britton. Rose Blas Pinto. Healy Lennon. Nadia Chaudhry. Alexa Ziccanelli. Brandon Tanasaka. Kayla Ramdat. Lin Yan Sui. Tatiana Agosto. Jocelyn Dixon. Veronica Origin. Tina Zhang. Julia Rinaldi. Rafaela Arreo. Daoud Mohammed. Empress Menon Barbel. Stephen Josie. Brandon Leone. Ashton Mealis. Alicia Orozco. Juliana Senzone. Riley Rich. Joseph Garbowski. Hashim Desir Brazard. Martin Ronimus. Cameron Williams. Haley Della Porta. Claire E. Sailing Bronscombe. Mallory Gray. Dia Vidijeri. Magali Luperu. Yoi Leo. Sundus Hyatt. Jasmine Sohai. Rear Adams. Fiona Lamb. Katerina Jovanovich. Alina Lakali. Kayla Alexander. William Lanigan. John Sturcio. Evelyn Garcia. Joshua Alvin Rayon. Sophia Balcazar. Julia Taveras. Jasmine Urquea. Grace Plumatello. Hima Sharma. Grace Sisson. Lauren Victoria Egan. Nicole Velasquez. Madison Moskowitz. Samantha Miola. Elizabeth Weisner. Courtney Goldsberry. Joanna Vulgaricus. Caitlin Standel. Morgan Fish. Virgil Balu. Emma Bellissimo. Julia Karras. Sumaya Nazrin. Carissa Bachin. Peggy Chin. Sarapa Purirojanananan. Ariana Ramcharan. Julia Bisbee. Mike Klaus. Carice Cesare James. Kimberly Ng. Jada Neat Ramos. Kirsten Thomas. Audrey Overholser. Rebecca Narvaez. Elizabeth Ferry. Julia Sosha. Jamie Ferrantino. Joanna Dudley. AJ Venezia. Abigail Campbell. Tori Henry. Jalea Williams. Nijuk Chuang. Shlomo Azarad. Amit Maguz. Jessica DeCaro. Vanna Huang. Lo Ning Zhao. Chelsea Muentes. Thea Kowaleski. Radisson Meyer. Gabriella DeVito. Justin Stewart. Alexander Rudd. Joshua Madonia. Ryan Hall. Catherine Christensen. All right. Maria Corazon Cecilia Abubo Flores. Sarah DeRigo. Savannah Bonsick. Adriana Musumic. Chi. Olivia Falzone. Carla Rendola. Emma Breck. Kimberly Quinteros. Dimitra Sklavonakis. Alicia Porges. Kevin Liang. Kelly Kwong. Aliba Chowdhury. Kara Munnings. Deleski Joseph. Irene Asada. Sahira Caridad. Isabella Nira. Sanera Anha. Carmencita Bonilla. Mia Ashitori. Emily Kuchevsky. Jennifer Ruiz. Marina Chen. Avi Eng. Jackie Shang. Lena Chung. Paul Noble. Elise Anakasi. Malcolm Jean-Pierre. Matthew Thomas. Arvina DeShield. Sarah Abidi. Ricky Lynn. Sophia Manal Syed. Humna Sindhu. Iba Sheikh. Nisa Asif. Nida Zia. Serena Iran. Maya Bhatt. Alina Koshi. Tiani Wang. Rachel Kong. Jenny Wu. Tracy Zhao. Aaliyah Wilson. Natalie Navedo. Rita Reina. Shreya Adapauli. Mark Silva. Syed Asan. Christian Farias. Najim Ini. Diego Manzano. Megan Filosa. Aaron Harrington. Victoria Franco. Jessica Guardaro. Dado. Lamia Islam. Mritika Paul. Morvinia Jeffrey. Sophia Lunitsi. Zainab Fatima. Christina Stewart. Marilyn Sophia Suaza Mendoza. Paula Barron Castro. Paul Manzo. Marco Badi. Diana Rotondi. Caitlin Malara. Yudong Yo. Tiffany Wong. Samantha Alexa Wallman. Carly Wild. Caitlin Simsick. Jay F. Stratiu. Sarah Majid. Ivy Young Bell. Bedelia Brown. Kiara Kamela. Shaima Shafwi. Jasmine Romero Gonzalez. Alondra Aguilar. Janine Canosa. Thayat Akbar. Zanatul Ferdutsi. Robin Rutgers. Benjamin Rupert Baraklau. Ritha Jamal. Stephanie Tedeschi. Kaya Turpak. Juliana James. Danielle Chikshvashrili. Tristan Marina. Matthew Jones. Jennifer Ianella. Arlen Figuerosa. Gabrielle Noble. Melanie Cho. Edith Barnaby. Matt Bayless. Leela Purdy. Charlotte York. Kristen Nicole Pitaro. Olivia Sasso. Yi Yang. Stephanie Yam. Lauren Schutte. Fabrizio Zenacrati. RJ Vazaluth. Elvin Kong. Christina Calandrella. Kevin Shi. Jessica Singh. Marissa Nicole Murguez. Taylor Leandri. Jenna Nelson. Christopher Camposa. Sophia Policarpio. Micah Vicente. Taylor Rabaki. John Michael Ruggiero. Cho Sun Shen. Christian Kalori. Christopher Altamura. Daniel Disla. Sarah Davidman. Alexandra Burke. Emily Agulis. Alice Yang. Jennifer Lee. Sabrina Healy. Nicoletta Barton. Shiona Howe. Mariana Vargas. Tiffany Lee. Jessica Oriana. Rachel Truskinovsky. Samantha Siebert. Akbar Raufi. Kevin Lin. Michael Lubier. Gwendolyn Lubier. Aaron Harris. Bridget Sam. Angela Zhang. Z. Lee. Jacqueline Katz. David Lintner. Michelle Zhu. Melanie Martinez. Jennifer Parada. Santa Zuniga. Juliana Silvestri. Diana Bordenaro. Evelyn Cedarquist. Kushali Patel. Vanessa Familia Martinez. Monet Edwards. Bashira Siuze. Yuchen Zhang. Akansha Kundra. Tiffany Adams. Mary Catherine Conway. Emily McBarate. Kayla Titus. Sabrina Beckstead. Isabella Drobny. Zaqueen Leo. Ashley Steedman. Adriana Antonia Reda. Christina Colarucci. Henna Shurpa. Ethan Tumang. Frankie Lucian. Christine Master. Jillian Lorio. Gabriela Caratanuto. Megan Kurian. Mackenzie Gale. Sarah DiMaggio. Rahama Munin. Alan Latuma. Stephen Da Silva. Christian Hickey. Anthony Sabovic. Samantha Leung. Jason Becker. Gabriella Bonelli. Ivy Ma. Anika Patel. David Kim. Max Liu. Latanya Robinson. Joanna Chen. Sonia Chen. Zaya Daniel. Olivia Hamill. Julia Kiefiskowski. Tanya Sterling. Dylan Iden. Jana Dominic Jacob. Luna Wang. Ashley Reyes. Nicholas Shaw. Rachel Park. Anika Conjuria. Jasmine Way. Sarah Listy. Anthony Sabu. Faiza Ahmed. Sub Syed. Ashley Mazzati. Cecilia Persico. Anila Salkanovic. Reagan Mays. Andrew Wooey. Rinchen Lama, Avery Chan, Elizabeth Slattery, Tanzum Kabir, Daniela Rule, Talia Holness, Marissa Gorman, Amelia Tisk, Samantha Alburez, Daniela Marchese, Darlene Ferreira, Asma Rashid, Musarat Ahmed, Nicole Sahalwa, Amanda Mueller, Desiree Salerno, Caitlin Steins, Chloe Ventura, Tematope Badmos, Temitapi. Wanwisa Chaikla, Jessica Rohrbacher, Alexandra Leach, Nala Baker, Rashad Mitchell Diwan, Sebastian Gomez, Isaiah Vialta Ortiz, Ryan Daly, Carl Bruning, Amy Obletas Rojas, Jocelyn Hernandez, Paige Letterman, Allison Liu, Sabrina DeStefano, Olivia Kaminsky, Ashley Martinez, Karishma Trejo, Ethan Tamang, Ryan Tedesco, So now, if our faculty and the graduating class of 2024 will please stand. On behalf of all of your professors, let me tell you, we are sad to see you leave us, but we know you will go on to do wonderful things. Please stay in touch and come back to see us. Now turn around and wave to your family and friends. Congratulations, the class of 2024. Thank you for coming, and get home